Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today my group will be presenting to all of you about the HR practices, challenges and issues of Traveloka and Trivago.
Human resource management, or known as HRM or HR, is effective and efficient management of people in a company or organization in order to contribute to the business ability to obtain a competitive edge. In any problem that staff have while performing their duties for an organization are handled by HR division. So HR is concerned with particular work practices and how they impact the effectiveness of the organization. HR is essential component in any firm or company. Each business or organization must have this department. By having this department, it can improve ties between the employees and their employers, and consistently aiming to make them better, aids in raising employee morale. Other than that, HRM also improve the output of the workforce. A business will always have a competitive advantage over the other organization of a similar nature if it has value and uncommon and distinctive people resources.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ain binti Jaharuddin with metric number 2116848. So today I will present to you guys about the background of these two companies. Firstly, we will go for the background of Trivago. Trivago is a German technology company specializing in internet-related services and products in the hotel, lodging and meta-search fields. The company is headquartered in Dusseldorf. The American online travel company Expedia Group owns a majority of the company's stock. Founded in 2005 by 3 university students in Dusseldorf, Germany, Trivago has become a leading global accommodation search website. They are focusing on reshaping the way millions of travelers search for and compare hotels and other accommodation. Seeing an opportunity in the hotel search space, the founding team developed Germany's first hotel search engine. Shortly after launch, Stefan Stadner resigned as a managing director, but the 3 other founders are remained. Next, we will move to Traveloka. Traveloka is an Indonesian technology and Southeast Asian travel and lifestyle app. They provide you with access to discover and purchase different types of travel needs, local services, and financial services products. Traveloka was founded in 2012 by Ferry Unardi, Daryanto Kusuma, and Albert Jan. Unardi often booked tickets between his hometown and United States, but the procedure was complicated, time-consuming, and difficult to organize. He joined Daryanto Kusuma and Albert Jan to solve these issues. East Ventures invested in Traveloka in 2012 after Unardi dropped out of school. Traveloka started out as a flight search and comparison site, although it later expanded its range of products and services. In 2014, Traveloka started out offering its users the ability to book flight reservation atop hotel reservations.
My name is Warina Safia. I will present the human resource strategy that Trivago and Traveloka use to increase their firm performance. The development of Trivago is growing over time. As Trivago grows, the work environment around them changes rapidly every day, and maintaining that startup mentality becomes increasingly difficult. Therefore, there are some human resource strategies that Trivago implements to ensure that they do not lose their firm performance. The first strategy is to continuously try to improve. According to Alena 2017, falling fast will accelerate improvement. On their very first day of work at Trivago, people are taught that it is alright to fail. As long as they fail fast, they will learn fast and succeed sooner. In addition, they believe innovation is built on trial and error, and that is why entrepreneurial passion is one of their core values. The next strategy is promoting empowerment, means talking openly about their failures is one way they reduce the feeling of hierarchy in the company. According to Alena 2017, they prefer to identify themselves with what they do or their job scope rather than what it says on their business cards. For example, a senior executive manager should not get to decide everything just because they are more senior, and the best idea should always win, regardless of whether it comes from an intern or a team lead. In fact, this attitude reduces internal politics and generally keeps us more humble and respectful toward each other. Other than that, at Trivago, they give everyone the chance or the opportunity to get their ideas implemented, because at Trivago they continuously test the new initiative and analyze their results, persuading people to follow their lead based on the power of proof. Therefore, in this way, they get to innovate, learn and share knowledge, rather than give or follow others. The next strategy that Trivago use is by breaking down boundaries. As mentioned before, they got rid of job titles so that all Trivago talents see eye to eye. They are very much a pupil-focused company, and they know that even the best idea would not work if their talents do not like coming to the office. Therefore, they put a lot of emphasis on breaking down walls, whether that's between leads, teams or departments. They work in cross-functional teams in different mixed project groups and encourage their talents to move position in the company to keep them motivated and curious. Also, they take every measure to enable direct conversation. That is why they all sit together in a big open space. And Trivago also has a wide variety of events and many more opportunities to get to know their colleagues outside of work. Based on their experience, the more you get to know someone as a person, the easier it is for you to approach them to collaborate, openly disagree with them on work topics, and give them honest feedback, according to Elena 2017. In short, this will create transparency that builds trust. The last strategy that Trivago uses is by decentralizing the traditional organizational structure is another way of reducing boundaries between teams and talents. They decided to split the traditional leadership structure in three ways to match key strengths. They now have a responsibility lead who is responsible for the business success of an area, a knowledge lead who is an expert in a certain field, and a talent lead in charge of a talent's personal development, according to Alena 2017. Trivago also encouraged those already working with them to change their perspective regularly by switching roles and taking on new challenges throughout their Trivago journey. Therefore, they value diversity and authenticity over consistency, so that it's never just one truth. In fact, there are many different opinions from the workers at Trivago. There will probably even be some who challenge this article, and that is much better, because the more perspective they gather on a topic, the cleverer they become. It is kind of like machine learning done by humans, and it helps the people that work at Trivago improve every single day. Okay, now moving on to Traveloka. At the 10th annual edition of the HR Excellence Awards, Singapore in 2022, Traveloka won silver for excellence in talent management, according to Calera 2022. The secret of winning this award, according to Alan Twyden, Chief People Officer Traveloka 2022, he said that Traveloka ensures people-related principles are always being taken care of while staying agile. Also, Alan Twyden 2022 said that people are the core of the organization. Besides that, keeping the right balance between ensuring that people-related principles are being taken care of while remaining in the current business environment has become the most relevant challenge in today's global situation. At Traveloka, they continuously work on maintaining the balance between business growth and people development, since the former can only be achieved through the latter. Acknowledging that matters around people are dynamic, they have been focusing their efforts not only the implementation of people policies, procedure and standards, but also on the ecosystem and culture that are constantly evolving. Other than that, the next strategy is to use work to engage with employees. Traveloka also is committed to creating meaningful and engaging experience where their people are able to achieve their full potential in a supportive and healthy environment, according to Calera 2022. Therefore, to ensure this, Traveloka makes genuine efforts to listen to their employees and to understand their perspective, engagement, and well-being levels. In addition, they are always looking for ways to improve their strategies and practice. For instance, they benchmark, analyze, build, innovate, and iterate while keeping their people as their top priority. In short, with the approach, they can make continuous improvement while remaining agile in the face of change and challenge.
So now I will discuss about the two strategies that a company used to ensure the working flexibility. The first one is for Trivago. Trivago has standardized its working hours and ensured that all workers, whether they work in the office or at home, to follow the same rules and routine. In the same fiery world, late-night emails and direct messages frequently distract employees. Co-workers who work late, hurry to fulfill deadlines, or strive to impress their boss may increase their risk of burnout. Anja and her colleague will stop this. They try to convince others not to act and send messages at night. Their no Zoom noon will help this to work. So next, Trivago company practices hybrid working style. Scrumjan said that the notion that those who work 50% more would be 50% more productive does not fit knowledge workers or stimulate innovation. Hiring self-motivated staff is critical to Trivago's attendance and productivity policies. Employees working on collaborative projects often come into the office while most people are present, whereas others who work alone or want to less distraction come in when the office is mostly empty.
Traveloka implemented several strategies to ensure the workforce flexibility. So first of all, Traveloka is a business that values the implicit trust of its employees. It is by describing that trust-county relationship involve trust, confidence, and credibility. It can be seen that Traveloka employees do not abide by any of their rules and guidelines, particularly when it comes to working hours. Nevertheless, due to the dedication of its employees, Traveloka has emerged as one of the Indonesia's unicorn firm. However, the employees still seem relaxed and stress-free. They must be rely on professionalism of employees to complete company-given tasks and working hours. It is possible to get conclusion that Traveloka is a vibrant, laid-back company. Thus, due to Traveloka being the ideal workplace for millennials grads, its measures to ensure workforce flexibility have been successful. Furthermore, Traveloka also ensure their workforce flexibility in terms of decision making. It is aware that weekly meeting will be always held by each team. All the team will report on the work or project they have working on and discuss any issue related to the task during the meeting. Additionally, honesty is the key value at Traveloka because it can develop into a value that link individuals together. All they need to do is just need to be honest. This is because Traveloka never overwork their employees by giving them difficult tasks that went beyond that they could handle. A good environment of Traveloka organization can make employees feel at home and enjoy being part of the company. From this effort, it can be seen that there is openness and flexibility in this organization that could ensure workforce flexibility in this company.
A hybrid workplace environment is a mix between working physically in the office or remotely. This type of environment has become popular especially during COVID-19 pandemic. Since it gives a high level of flexibility and support to the employee, most of them seems to like the idea of working remotely as they tend to get to work on their own preferences. Somehow, hybrid workplace tend to have some challenges for both management and the employee. Trivago, a middle-sized company based in Germany, is one of the examples of the company that use this hybrid workplace system. Since Trivago gives space to their employee to work anytime and anywhere without being tracked, it will be a challenge towards management in managing employee effectively. In the context of the hybrid workplace, it is important for the managers or employers to look for strategic ways and solutions to ensure that both employees who work remotely or physically get fair opportunities and exposure. Evaluation also must not be biased since the company itself are the ones who set the company workplace environment. So, according to research by Ludwig et al. 2020 regarding human resources of Trivago company, knowledge employees in the majority of organizations have a great deal of flexibility in determining their jobs. And managers must manage this process and keep track of how effectively they utilize their resources. There are some days where employees feel unmotivated in carrying out their duties and simply return early or rest at home without worrying much about company performance and their responsibility. This will also cause the employer to lose productivity. So next, although Trivago company has given freedom and flexibility to their employee in work context, this company indeed still experiences high staff turnover rates. As a result, it costs more to find, develop, and retain elite personnel, which is essential for operations, innovations, efficacy, and efficiency. If strategic solutions are not taken into account, this company might face challenges and difficulties in shortage of employee or even more so in hiring them.
Traveloka achievement in becoming one of Indonesia's unicorn startup cannot be separate from human resource. They do not follow a rigid structure and employees are not bound by the rules that are common in other organizations. The first challenge is lack of job commitment. The issue is that many employees are still late for work, so the attendance score on the human resource system tend to be high. If the human department does not address this issue, they will feel compelled to do so again and again, breaking the company rules. Aside from that, employee turnover can be caused by a variety of circumstances. Some employees had to resign since they were caring for family members and were unable to adapt their working hour. If an employee has too much work on their plate and feel overwhelmed, it is possible that they may begin seeking for an alternative job. It is uncommon for employees to feel this way on rare occasions. However, if this becomes a part of their regular work life, it may become too much. The reason employee resigned was that some original Traveloka still execute the different human resource activity manually. Thus, some employees are absent even they come to work. This occurred because the previous method convert tardiness into absence, resulting in automatic wage deduction from the Traveloka head office in Jakarta.
In the context of Sustainable Development Goal or SDG, human resources and all of the company practices and challenges can be linked to SDG 8, which is regarding decent work and economic growth. According to SDG established by United Nations 2015, it has been stated that about target 8.3, which focuses on promoting job creation, support, and growing enterprises. This applies for both Trivago and Traveloka companies, which they create job opportunities and strive to develop their companies. To attain full and productive employment that contributes to equitable economic development is precisely what is meant by the phrase decent. It is also important in highlighting and ensuring that company objectives and ways of working are in line with human resource management rules, policy, and also SDG value. Hybrid workplace environment is not 100% bringing issues and challenges. There are still many advantages to give employees flexibility and freedom. However, to overcome all the challenges that a company may face is to develop the right hybrid model. Since not many companies and organizations out there are opting for a hybrid workplace, carefulness in developing and designing a specific work environment model must be taken into account. Managers also need to emphasize setting clear expectations of the company goals, objectives, or any methods towards the employees so that it will be able to ensure their productivity to stay on a track. Creating inclusive employee experiences is utmost important before making decisions for the company or organization to develop a hybrid workplace environment. Managers are the ones who play an important role in making sure everything runs smoothly. So, based on a strategic human resource management or SHRM, a total of 42% of managers admit that sometimes they even forget about their remote employee in the division of tasks and so on. All of the employees should be reached, not just those who are in the office. So, managers also might be biased in evaluating employee performance as they might see that those in the office are more productive rather than the remote. Thus, managers are the ones who should develop themselves professionally when it comes to these decisions because they are the ones who decide. It is crucial in ensuring that all employees get justice and equality in their jobs.
Next, for the comment and recommendation, I will share with you guys of Trivago's second flexibility practices, which is standardizing the working hours. Roughly, we are agreeing with this strategy and we think all of you might be on the same boat with us. This is because working and responding to emails after working hours may lead to an overworked employee. Nowadays, people have started to normalize working beyond their working hours. We are not saying it is not a good effort in being extra productive in doing your work, but it will lead to an overworked employee if you keep doing it frequently. Stress, loss of leisure time, poor work-life balance, interpersonal relationship damage, and grave health risks are all significant consequences of extended working. It is okay to continue your work after your working hours, but it might not be suitable for someone. Not everyone have the same level of stress, mental health condition. Sometimes even receiving one email from the employer can trigger them, especially those who have mental health condition like anxiety. Therefore, we are supporting Trivago's effort to standardize their employee working hours.
So for the comment part, Traveloka is a modern organization. As mentioned previously, Traveloka provides freedom to their employees. However, not that Traveloka has an organization structure. Though even said, each employee should see the current structure as guide to ensure that they fulfill their obligations voluntarily and without the organization interference. Traveloka is an organization that uses the most recent organization communication ideas in structure and transnational theories. It is aware that there is no seniority in the organization, but does not let employees treat others disrespectfully. However, no boundaries between them have become one of the key elements that contribute to Traveloka's employee feeling at home and is their role as team members in the organization climate. The sense of community created by shared idea and pride in the company creates an environment that is conducive to employees realizing their full potential.
The first recommendation is GHRM implementation can be improved with multiple 5W plus 1H implementation. First, the GHRM implementation that must be carried out is the use of digitations to all aspects of human resource for worker efficiency and HRD management. Second, it must be done carefully since good implementation enhance employee loyalty. Increased loyalty can help the organization become more sustainable in its operation and lower requirement costs. Third, it must be carried out all Traveloka office, particularly that those have issue with their management and have a large workforce responsible for running the firm more efficiently. Fourth, GHRM must be implemented now and in the future in accordance with the changing time. Fifth, it must be carried out while all the elements of Traveloka, including shareholder and stakeholder, in order to develop a long-term and healthy connection with employees. Some recommendations that human resource can implement in the organization to reduce employee turnover are appreciations, strengthening connection to your corporate culture, and decreasing fatigues. In summary, when employees are recognized and reward, they feel more connected to the organization and are more likely to stay, which means fewer employees leave. Aside from that, recognizing strengthen your workplace community by commemorating live event. Employee loyalty will be rewarded when employee appreciation is personalized, social, and support by tangible benefits. In conclusion, the HR department provides staff with any assistance they require to increase their effectiveness. Trivago's final tactic is to reduce border between team and talent by decentralizing the traditional organization structure. Traveloka focuses on striking a balance between corporate growth and employee development. Aside from that, the next strategy is to engage people through work. It will be difficult for management to successfully manage staff. It is critical for management to limit such day by ensuring that employees feel prepared to undertake more difficult work duties. I think that's all from my group. Thank you.